Hello, fella Tarnish. The furnace golems have been a very annoying pest in the land of shadow. Killing them involve a tedious routine. If you ignore them, they will attack you from far with the fireballs from his furnace. This makes exploring the surrounding area impossible. I am talking about the type of golem which we need to hit their legs repeatedly to bring them down. For another type, which you can kill them by throwing hefty furnace pot, is more fun to kill as it all depends on your basketball throwing skill. As there are 5 of this golem type which need to use the legs beating tedious method, today I am sharing you a better approach to exterminate this annoying pest quickly. As many of you already know that, to bring down the golem we need to hit his legs repeatedly until he is staggered. The third time stagger him he will collapse on the floor and let us riposte for a massive damage. Most of the time this need to be done twice as the golem is very tanky. The leg beating part is tedious as we need to hit him many times for stagger while dodging his stomping fire attack. You can cut short the time in staggering him by using my strategy. First, I use claymore as weapon. Affinity can be quality, or other stat depends on your build. Don't use any affinity with status effect like blood, as it will prevent you from apply the lightning grease. I will apply the dragon bolt grease to the sword as Furnace Golem is weak to lightning. I will apply the Dragon Bolt grease to the sword as Furnace Golem is weak to lightning. Dragon Bolt is the star of this build. This grease can be crafted with Fulgurbloom and not resin. You can farm Fulgurbloom at the lake northeast of Cerulean coast site of Grace, which you will see a lot of golden bowls which some of you rolling like a donut. You may see a Furnace Golem nearby if you have not killed him yet. Not resin can be found at many places in the base game. Easiest place is Warmaster's Shack. 3 knot resin are nearby the site of Grace at northeast direction. You can use any normal weapon as long you can apply the lightning grease and change its Ash of War. Don't choose heavy weapon as its attack speed will be slow, although heavy weapon do slightly more damage during riposte. Claymore is good choice as great sword has good damage with decent attack speed. How fast we can stagger the golem depends on the damage we deal to his leg, but not affected by the stance damage of our attack as Golem will keep reset the stance damage he receives. Thanks for Leviathan for tested this out. We will use Wild Strike Ash of War, as tested by Leviathan that Wild Strike and Spinning Chain both do most damage to the Golem's leg. For the Talisman, the focus will be buffing the consecutive attack as Wind Strike deal consecutive damage. I use Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, Millicent's Prosthesis, Shard of Alexander and Ritual Sword Talisman. Wondrous Physique we use Opaline Hard Tier for damage negation and most importantly Thorny Crack Tier for more consecutive damage. Allocate 2 Cerulean Tiers as you need FP to cast Incantation to buff your damage. For Incantation we will use the standard Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Here come to the strategy to take down the Furnace Golem quickly. We have to fight the Furnace Golem on foot as we can't cast Windstrike on our horse. While riding the horse towards the Golem, drink the Wondrous Physics for the damage buff and cast Golden Vow. You have to follow this sequence as Wondrous Physics lasts 3 minutes while Golden Vow is shorter with 80 seconds. By cast the longest buff first will ensure you have all the buff available all the time. You need to equip 2 seals at both hands. This allow you to cast Incantation when riding horse with right hand. When you are on foot, you can cast Incantation with left hand. The reason we doing this is due to cast Incantation with right hand while on foot is it will swap out our weapon and the Dragon Bolt grease will be gone. After you have drink Physics and cast Golden Vow, swap the right hand seal to weapon and apply the Dragon Bolt grease. You should about to reach the Furnace Golem at this time. Jump down your horse and make sure you are behind the foots of the Golem or at least in between his legs. Otherwise he will grab you. Immediately cast Flame Grant Me Strength with your left hand seal. We do this as this incantation only lasts 30 seconds. So we will have to cast it before we start hit the golem. Watch whether one of the golem foot is on fire as he will stomp you if you are not ready to jump. Time your jump to dodge the one leg stomp. When it is safe, use Wind Strike on one of his leg and rotate to another leg. Rotating legs will stagger the golem much faster than focus on one leg. Rotating the legs also allow you to check both of his legs to ensure none of them are not on fire as you have to prepare to dodge it by jumping. While hitting one leg, you can also turn your camera towards another leg to check its status while your body is still locked with the animation of attacking the leg in front of you. Be gentle on pressing the skill button of Wind Strike. Don't hold on it too long as it will lock you in the animation of the skill. You will not able to dodge the golem if one of his leg is on fire. Gentle press wind strike will result to 3 hits. Longer press will be 5 hits. Count 1, 2, 3, and release the L2 button and move on the next leg. You can see I double stagger the golem with wind strike and dragon bolt grease. As 3 staggers will bring down the golem for riposte, then we can finish him off in one phase. I have tried to stagger the golem 3 times in a row in order to chain lock him, but I only managed to get of the first and second stagger. I think there is programming with the golem to prevent that. Just hit golems both legs in rotation to do as much damage as possible. When the golem wake up, he may have both legs on fire to do a jump stomping on you. This may happen at the beginning of the fight, depends on which golem you are fighting. You can't dodge this by jumping on foot. It is possible to dodge it if you manage to get on a horse and perform a double jump immediately. The second jump should aim at left or right side, as there will be fire beam coming to your direction after the golem has stomped the ground. You can also use iframe to dodge the double leg storm if you time it perfectly. I suggest you just ignore this double stomp and continue to hit the leg of them golem, as it will just take less than 50% of your HP if you will not be able to jump on a horse in time. If you are hit on a horse before you jump, your horse will down and you will receive damage as well. This will cost you 2 Crimson Tear Flask instead of 1, as you need to extra 1 to bring back the horse. By ignore the double leg stomp, you just need to spend 1 flask to heal. After you get up from floor after his stomping, do not drink the Crimson Flask immediately. Watch whether he going to do a single leg stomp, and also ensure you are not in front of his foots, as he will grab you. After you settle down, drink the Crimson Tear to keep your HP at maximum, as we are using Ritual Sword Talisman, which give you damage at maximum HP. Once the golem is down with the third stagger, get on your horse to find the point to riposte him. Don't walk on foot, as his size is big, and it takes long time to walk to the desired spot. Immediately reapply the Dragon Bolt grease now to prevent it from run out later. Drink Cerulean Tear Flask, as you need to cast incantations to buff your damage during riposte. When you have reached the riposte point, get down from horse. Cast Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength again with left hand seal. Don't use right hand seal, as this will swap out your weapon and you will lose the Dragon Bolt buff. Use R1 to riposte him for huge damage, and throw a hefty furnace pot into his furnace while the golem try to get up. This will cause massive damage and kill Furnace Golem in one phase during riposte. The golem will go up very fast after you riposte him, so you have to stand on the very edge of his head, which barely allow you to riposte. Aim his furnace as high as possible quickly and throw the pot. You need to change your body facing direction after the slow pot throwing animation has started, as you will be facing the side of screen when he is waking up due to the camera rotation. If you practice and do this right, you will be able to hit him at the dead center of his furnace and instantly kill him. Is this method practical? I don't think so, because you need a lot of practice to aim the fire pot to land inside his furnace. You probably has killed the golem at least 8 times until you master the way to position yourself to hit the fire pot accurately. This fire pot throw, just to fulfill my promise that this is a one-phase kill guide, not a clickbait video. No worry, I will share with you a more practical method instead, which is close to one-phase kill the golem. It takes a little bit longer, but he will die before he makes his next attack after wake up. It is very simple. After you riposte him, just move to the place where his foot is landed. Make sure you are nearest to his foot, not his leg. Start hitting him with Wild Strike. When he stand up, his leg still within your range. Do not need to swap leg, as he will have very little HP left if you do everything correctly. You will be able to kill him, or at least stagger him once more, and then finish him before he can attack you again. I have included the video of the entire fight. You can skip it if you are just interested in the build and its strategy. That's all my strategy on how to destroy this Furnace Golem pest quickly. Please click the like button if you enjoy this video. It will help me tremendously. Stay tuned and consider subscribe to my channel for more Elden Ring content. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.